Original at the same time you connect. Like I can talk about something I really like and I find funny, but the group of people might not find funny at all. They're like, what is he talking about? You know? So that's the trick of balance of finding something you like, which is original and which connects with the crowd. And it's a lot more safe to rehearse the entire joke and go on because you've tried it out in a different sort of various settings. You know it works. The thing is that you're limiting the joke though, because I feel sometimes when you improvise, there are a lot more things that come to you on the spot, depending on the audience, depending on the mood you're in. And it's a lot more scary because 9 times out of 10 it falls flat because you might not be in the zone that day, the crowd might not give you something, or you just might not have the sort of presence of mind for that joke that day. But the day you do, it gives you so much more, so you keep that, and the next time you add more. So a joke which typically could be 3 minutes written point A to point Z, but could be a 1 minute started off unrehearsed sort of semi-structured joke could take you to a 5-minute segment by improvising.
So
what was the question?
So how do you come up with your material?
I drink. So I might have the joke ready on paper, but I'll have to go on stage, try it out. I'll have to see how the delivery for the joke is, what kind of crowd responds which way. I'll have to drop bits, add bits. So I might write a joke right now, but it might not be ready for the next 3 weeks.
Yes.
So it depends. I mean, I've been writing new stuff, and as I said, I don't talk about politics. I don't talk about Bollywood. So I talk about random things. I talk a lot about animals these days, sort of reversal of roles and how animals view us. So I've been doing that. I talk a little bit about religion, about the caste system. Talk about prostitution, my favorite, since I know so much about it. So technology, how does it help me? In fact, I've become completely famous thanks to technology because I have all of 300 followers on Twitter. So yeah, that's the way to go. So the strange thing is that there's so many independent forms of social media, right? You have Twitter, you have Facebook, you have Orkut. Actually, no, Orkut. That's just a joke. Orkut is like, yeah, if you want a career to die, get on Orkut. People recognize me as a stand-up comedian on my page, through my page, from my page. But the point is, I find it a lot more easy with access to material, access to people, access to sort of the segment I'm looking to reach out to. Like, as opposed to going and doing a survey physically and finding who likes my jokes, I can actually do that through an online medium, which is a lot more time effective and a lot more cost effective and a lot more easy, right? So I do that, and
So do you also try out your jokes online and kind of?
It depends. If I'm doing like a one-liner, I do try it out. Like I test the waters with like either a concept or a one-liner. Like if I want to use like a filler line, I just put it out there and see what the response is like.
Okay.
And another good thing for a comic is when you put it up, when you have so much access to content from the US, you see what comics in Britain are doing, in Australia are doing, and in the US are doing. You also know what's out there which has been done before. So it keeps you aware of not doing overlapping or repeating jokes, right? So you remain fresh that way. So I benefit that way the most. Like I know what's happening out there, so I don't unintentionally do a joke someone else has done. I know what's happening, and I don't borrow them, right? Because unless I want to, then I just borrow it. No one cares. We're Indians. What do you borrow the joke? But YouTube is good because you can create a space for yourself through other things by doing either doing sketch comedy or spoofs on songs, spoofs on ads, spoofs on videos, spoofs on Bollywood. If that's your sort of choice of.
Say for a musician.
No, I think YouTube works way more effectively for musicians.
Okay.
Way more effective for musicians.
Okay.
Because see, the thing is that people come and see a video of mine on YouTube, which is probably a clip from the Comedy Store, right? And they'll see me do my jokes there. And when they come for the next show, they'll probably say, "You did the joke on YouTube." I'm like, "Who the fuck asked you to go watch it?" You know?
Yeah.
Which is not a right response. At the same time, for a musician, if you hear a song, you hear John Mayer play a song on YouTube, and you see him play it live, you're like, "Oh, it sounded so good live," you know? It's not. I'm not saying the musician's wrong or the comedian's wrong. It's just that that's the approach to comedy. Like they feel if they've seen you once on YouTube, they want something completely fresh. It's not like they're going to come and sing along to your joke or which some people do. What I find more effective for me is a podcast, even though it's not technically a visual medium.
Yeah.
I feel because I go more along the lines of doing audio than video. So what I feel is sometimes a joke doesn't translate to the stage, but you can actually talk about it, as a topic, and it becomes more than just a joke. It becomes more like a discussion or an issue, or like with funny elements in it, right? So I've been focusing more on that, and you have more time because on stage you have 30 minutes. Here you can just keep podcast going for however long. Good. I think electronic things, especially if you're handy with the camera and you're good with sort of recording yourself, you can make really creepy videos.
So why don't you do that?
Because I'm creepy to start with. Right? Topic, I think in music as well, right? You guys know, if a topic or an issue really concerns you, the song's a lot more emotional and conviction. Yeah, a lot more conviction behind it. So a similar thing with comedy. If you do a joke because it's the popular topic, like everyone's talking now about IPL. If I just go talk about IPL, even though I hate cricket, it's going to come across as a very shit joke. Yeah. So I think the most important thing is conviction in your material.